Can you imagine a third world war erupting in Asia? How many people's lives are at risk then? So do territorial disputes between China and its neighbors threaten to bring war to Asia? Well, I'd like to answer this question from a quote from the International Crisis Group in July 2012. Disputes between China and neighbors over South China Sea have been so intense, the prospect of an open conflict has become even more likely. So my answer is, well, yes. This topic is really important because, well, war is a really threatening prospect, and especially if it happens in China, in such a large country which has such a strong military. And this is really important to me because, well, currently I'm in Taiwan, and this war will be raging all around us. Well, for me, these territorial disputes have nothing to do with me. So, well, think about this. How many innocent people are going to be harmed if this happens? The reasons this war will happen, though, is because of disputes that China has with so many regions, how it's already taking military action, and China's refusal to cooperate and to bring peace. So this leads me to my first point. China is currently in still disputes with many regions. One example is China and the Philippines, and they have lots of disputes with for example, Scarable Shoal and some regions. Also, China is having a dispute with Vietnam. China claims the Parcel and Spratly Islands. China has also a really current one that I'm sure you've all heard about is China with Japan, with the Diaoyu Islands. China even has disputes with Taiwan, Malaysia, and Brunei. Not only do China pose disputes over territorial regions, they are actually engaging in military combat. So, my second point is that China is starting to use their military to try to gain control over these territories. In Philippines, China had a standoff with the Philippines with boats. They had vessels that are armed. So this is according to New York Times from December 2012. China also plied disputes waters with boats to reinforce their territory. The Philippines responded by buying more aircraft so they could use on the sea. China also started military action when it sent China's State Oceanic Bureau one of the planes from here, and it flew to Japan, to an area where Japan considered their territory. And Japan responded to this by sending airborne warning and control systems, and China responded to that by even more by sending its own fighter jets. So this is from the Economist of January 2013. So this shows that China and Japan are truly going to start engaging in true military fighting and combat because, well, both sides have already sent their fighter jets and their military weapons over there. And peace cannot be met. Well, these problems cannot be resolved because, well, China is refusing to cooperate. So that's my third point. When Hillary Clinton met with some of the leaders of China, what they talked about the most was of the territorial disputes China had with other regions. And China responded by saying that it is unwilling to take this into consideration. So it put up a direct refusal to this proposal. Furthermore, China is unwilling to negotiate the sovereignty of the Qinghai region and many other regions also. And this is probably because China thinks that by standing up, being stubborn, that is a way to show domestic power, that China can show that it's the leader and that no one can refuse to listen to what China says. And by being this stubborn, this is why China has refused to bring peace and be a democracy, but instead engaging in military conflicts. So to sum it all up, territorial disputes between China and its neighbors are very likely to cause an oncoming war. Because China has so many disputes with so many regions, and they have started to engage with military, and they're so stubborn and refusing to cooperate. Because of China's aggression, we might be faced with Third World War, a new tragedy, another war. And imagine all those lives that we lost, innocent lives, like you and me, who just happen to be in the region. Well, even though the tensions are high and the chances are very, very huge, let's hope this doesn't happen for the sake of all these innocent lives. Thank you.